Hello everybody, it's Football here with John Montez and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing fine. I'm also doing fine and today we are back again. Garnacho leaving Manchester United, decision made. This is breaking news coming from Fabrizio today, and also something which is really interesting is Kepa going to Arsenal. This is here we go coming soon. So we want to discuss these two deals which are really crucial. And these are important updates for both Arsenal and Manchester United. So those are the things we want to talk about. We want to talk about Garnacho leaving Manchester United. How will that one impact the squad? How will that one be helpful to the Manchester United? And how will that one be helpful to the player? And the proper replacement and why Manchester United have decided to do it. Another thing we want to talk about, which is very important, is Kepa leaving, is it Bournemouth? And he's also leaving Chelsea officially, and he will be joining Arsenal. How will that one impact Arsenal and why Arsenal have decided to make that move? So that is what we are to discuss into this video. So make sure smash a like on the video. And by the way, if you know you are watching us for the first time, please, I just want to request you take a second or two, click that subscription button. Don't forget to click on that notification bell so each and every time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify. To our subscribers, I want to say thank you so much for your continuous support. Without you, this channel could not be able to reach where it is. Now, let us just dive directly into this. Garnacho leaving Manchester United, and this is the decision made. This is what Fabrizio just posted some few minutes ago. Breaking: Garnacho will leave Manchester United. The decision confirmed on both club and the player side, with the clubs already approaching. Premier League top clubs and Bayer Leverkusen called for Garnacho already. Staying in UK, serious option. Negotiations to follow after decision on both sides is to part ways in the summer transfer window. So that is what Fabrizio is telling us, that Garnacho, we knew this one was going to happen. I knew this one was going to happen. Both Manchester United fans are agreeing that this one should happen, and it should happen as early as possible. I know Bayer Leverkusen, because Erik ten Hag is there. Literally, Erik ten Hag is one of the people who really got the best out of Garnacho, if I'm not wrong. He got something out of Garnacho. So going to Leverkusen might be helpful for him because he can thrive into that system. He cannot thrive into Amorim's system. In Premier League, Chelsea was a consideration. For him. I know some top Premier League clubs will want to sign him, but going outside or going somewhere, Napoli also were interested. So there are different links to him. So him going to Bayer Leverkusen might be helpful. Of course, he will be out of Premier League and be out of Premier League, and maybe he can get more game time in Bayer Leverkusen more than he can get in Chelsea. Because if you look Chelsea, of course, he has got to face different competition. I don't think Garnacho is that good enough to face a pure competition in a serious club. Because the main reason why Garnacho was getting a play time in Manchester United because he didn't have any serious competition. That is why he was getting game time. And now going to Bayer Leverkusen, maybe he can get game time there. But I don't think going to Chelsea will improve anything in his career, because I think he fears that competition. And Mark, you remember, Garnacho have already lost his place in Argentina team. So I know he will be trying to get a team that will give him much game time to play and give it for World Cup next season, because we are entering to the year of World Cup. Players want to play to be part of that World Cup. So this is a massive news for Manchester United, because at least we are going to cash him out. We are going to cash him out and bring in another player. Of course, his replacement is already there. You don't have to question that, because we are signing Mbeumo. We have already signed Cunha. We have already signed. If Manchester United this deal with Gyökeres goes well, it's going to be a perfect for Manchester United. So I don't think Garnacho would add even more value to Manchester United, but it's just important. Those lazy, I don't want to call them lazy, but those players that they think they're bigger than the club or they think they're bigger than the manager, they have to go. This is how Manchester United used to do things. This is the seriousness that Manchester United needed. If Beckham had problem with the Sir Alex Ferguson, he was given room to go. He was told to go. And remember, that time he was one of the best Manchester United players. Now, if Manchester United if Manchester United let David Beckham to go, how about Garnacho, who nearly haven't even won something? Okay, you have won something with Manchester, but he hasn't even reached 100 goals with Manchester United. So I think it's just good for him to go. We have seen people like Van Nistelrooy also going. So we have seen a lot of players going. As long as you think you are bigger than the manager, or you start questioning manager's decision, you have to leave, because you are not going to fit into the system. Already you have already doubted his capabilities. You have already disrespected him. Immediately you disrespect the manager, a Manchester United manager, any manager, you have to go. We have seen this one in Manchester City with Cancelo and Pep. What happened? The fallout was the same. Immediately Cancelo started questioning Pep, he was out. This is what best managers do. When there is a toxic person in the dressing room, they have to be smashed out. They have to be beaten and go. They have to be smashed out. If they cannot go straight, they have to leave. And that is clearly what is happening for Manchester United. That is what fans wanted. This is what we have always wanted, a manager who has authority over everything. If the manager says you are in or you are out, it has to be that way. There is no way back. This one will be a lesson to any manager that any player, that Amorim is not a joke. When you mess up, you leave. There is no negotiation. This one should go across all players. All players. Who questions his decision? Who questions his system? Who questions him? This one must follow suit. Standard raised. That is a standard that I don't think Manchester United should go down below that. It's a standard that Amorim has already kept. It's a standard that Amorim need to keep. It's a standard that we must maintain. We should not go lower, because we are not letting Garnacho go because he's a bad player. He's one of the best talented young talented players in the world. He has a room to grow. He has a room to develop. But immediately you start thinking you are better than the manager, or you're bigger than the club, then it's clearly you are out. I ate the ego in Garnacho, which makes him think is the best player in the world. Who makes him think that is the next Cristiano Ronaldo? Cristiano Ronaldo at his age was already doing wonders and was respectful to any manager, and he was very focused on whatever he was doing. I don't see it in Garnacho. He thinks that is better than, he thinks he's the next Ronaldo. That is the problem. Thinking that you're better than somebody, or thinking that you are that person. Very selfish in the box, doesn't want to pass boxes, doesn't want to create chances. He doesn't want to do these simple things that helps a player. And I think this one will be a lesson to him in the next club. The next manager who takes him must train him if you want to become the best in the world. The only way to become the best is when you empower the people around you. In football, we always say, when you help people score goals, when you help people win, then you also win. Look at Yamal. Yamal is one of the best players in the world. One of the best players in the world as we speak at the moment. And look whatever he does. He doesn't have to score more goals. Goals will come. But look at the players who plays around him. He makes work easy for He makes work easy for his strikers. He makes work easy for people around him, creating chances, creating goals, and that one is what makes your name. That is, people remember that. Those simple things is what people looks in football. Now, Yamal is a serious contender in Champions League, in winning Ballon d'Or. Of course, I don't want him to win it. I don't think he deserves to win it, but I think the Ballon deserves to win it. But look at the simple things he does. Look at the chances he creates. Sometimes goal is it's not selfish. And that one has made him to become who he is. And look, if you look, the age gap between Yamal and Garnacho, similarly the same. You have to make the people around you better first before you even think of making yourself, or even thinking of you are better than any other person. You are not Cristiano Ronaldo. You cannot compete with him. You cannot reach at his level. He needs to know how to play as a team first before individual performance comes out. You have to know how to play as a team. You have to know how to play. And that is exactly why most people think Yamal is the best player, because he understands to play as a team. He understands it's not selfish. He's good in creating chances. He's good in doing this simple thing in football that makes him one of the best players in the world. That one you cannot say Garnacho. He wants to shoot. He wants to score goals. He wants to be the main man. He wants to be on the spotlight each and every time. He wants to be the man. He thinks he is the man. He thinks that we cannot do without him. We can do without you. We can do without you. I think it's a good move. I think it's a beneficial for both parties, both the player and because we already know Garnacho wanted to leave Manchester United in the January transfer window. This is not coming as a surprise, so he has to leave. I don't see the importance of keeping him, or I don't see there will be a problem for it. I think fans will enjoy that. Fans will fancy that, and it's really, really important. The next player I want to talk about is Kepa going to Arsenal. What is your thought into this? In my own opinion, if I think it's a best move because at the moment Ramsdale left Arsenal. Ramsdale is no longer Arsenal goalkeeper. They only have Raya. Bringing Kepa as a competition tempts Raya to become the best. That is why I think Arsenal have bought him, because we know Arsenal have to strengthen their squad, and I think Kepa is a good player. He can deliver. He's a good goalkeeper when it calls on, and he can put a challenge on Raya. He can really put a good challenge to Raya, which is helpful for both two teams. Both, I think, are they or which country does Raya come from? Is it a Spanish? I'm not too sure. I'm not sure about it. I don't think so. I don't think so. So I think it's a good move for Kepa, but I would be happy if I see him regularly playing football the way he used to do it in Bournemouth. I would be happy to see. I don't think that one is what Arsenal is going to give him. He has to earn that spot. He has to earn that spot. But with that, Arsenal have a lot of games to play. They have a lot of games in Champions League. They have Champions League to crash on. They have Champions League to crash on. They have League to chase. They have Carabao. They have to win something this season. That is the expectation. Next season, I mean. And to win something, you need a bigger squad for rotation. That is why I think Teta have decided to go for Kepa, which, in my own opinion, is a good move, and to help both parties. But Chelsea are looking of ways to get rid of him, and I think if Arsenal are interested in him and seriously interested in him, is a good move. Going to give a perfect competition to Raya is going to put at least Arsenal to be something, because if you look last season after Ramsdale left, Arsenal didn't have a number 2, and that is dangerous for a team that want to fight for league, a team that want to fight for FA, a team that is looking for a trophy. You cannot have only one goalkeeper. You have to have them two who are good and capable when called upon. That is why he has to build a team around that. Because remember, if Raya got injured next season, you are, let's say, 3 points away from top 4, or you're 3 points away. Raya gets injury, you have nobody to call in, you are really doomed. You are really losing it. You cannot win anything. And of course, Raya also cannot play all, I don't know if there are 60-something games, all those games. You can't guarantee him to produce the same level of result each and every time. So that is why you need a proper rotation, you need a proper plan for the January, for the window. You just need a proper plan out in play. And that is why I think what Arteta is trying to build there. Of course, I know they have to go for a striker. I don't know what happened to the deal of Sissoko. I've heard nothing in the recent days about him, but I think it's a good move. Of course, most people, Arsenal fans, this is not a priority. Goalkeeper was not a priority, but it's a good move. They have to focus on getting their priority right now. They have to get their striker at the moment. They have to do anything possible to bring their striker as early as possible. Kepa to Arsenal is massive, and I think Arsenal fans are going to enjoy it, and I think Arsenal fans are going to fancy this. It's going to provide an experience also. It's also important at this situation. Kepa is a very experienced goalkeeper. He has played in Barcelona. Is it Barcelona or Real Madrid? I think it was Real Madrid. Yeah, it was Real Madrid. He was loaned on Real Madrid. He was loaned at Bournemouth. Now Arsenal. Very important for him, very important in his career. Arsenal playing Champions League football is just important for him, and I think he's going to produce that. He's going to prove something out there. He's going to prove Arsenal. He's going to prove football along that football wrong, that is one of the best goalkeepers around still. I would fancy, if you ask me, between Onana and Kepa, I would pick Kepa any time of the day. I think it's better than Onana, in my own opinion. I think so. I think it's better than Onana. I don't know what you guys think about this. Those are the things we have for you in the transfer market. A lot of clubs are working now out. What is your thought into those two, Kepa and Garnacho? Let me see down on the comment section your thought into that. Smash a like on the video. Don't forget to click on that subscription button. Don't forget to click on that notification bell, so each and every time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify. To our subscribers, I want to say thank you so much for your continuous support. Without you, this channel could not be able to reach where it is. Until we do the next one, enjoy that. Peace.